All right, everybody, welcome. I have a presentation. I actually had it took some time today to make a real presentation just for you tonight about something I'm very excited about. It's our IMS system, the inventory management system from Priority Lab and Breeze, and it's going to save you time and it's going to save you money. It's a no-brainer, and you should consider it. Hopefully, after you watch this short program, you will just set it up yourself. And if you don't, that's okay. We'll be happy to set it up for you. Let me go ahead and put this presentation up on the screen now. Here we are. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. All right, so basics, inventory management system. It is free to you. It's online. It was inspired by an inspector by the name of Jessica Smith with Guardian Angel Inspections in South Florida. And they actually inspected my home in South Florida. One of two inspectors to inspect my home because I couldn't pick between you guys. You're all my favorites. And anyway, we were at dinner one night and she was spending an enormous amount of money. In my view, I think it's a lot of money, several $1,000s on building an inventory system in something along the lines of like a Zoho or Infusionsoft or something like that. And that's all well and good. It's an interesting project, but I asked her, if I could do it for you for free, and if I had better information to go on, better data sources to where I could automate some of these processes, would that be interesting to you? And so we talked about it over dinner, and by the time we got to the check, we had basically completely designed this thing, and we actually over designed it, and we took it back a few steps. So this is something that is, of course, part of Priority Lab. It's free. It's part of our Java-based system that you are very familiar with. And there's a few rules that you should be aware of before we dive in. Number one is that if you set yourself up on this system, it automatically starts sending you product when you're due for it. It's not it's time for an order, so it's going to reach out to you, confirm, and then you press a button. No, it's just going to say, red alert, you are low on material and supplies, or one of your inspectors is, so it's time to send out a shipment. And the system automatically does it. It just prints out a piece of paper in our shipping department and it's gone. The second thing you should know is that it defaults to, and it actually has no other option than Breeze products, which luckily for you are generally lower price and at least the same quality if there's a quality difference, but more functional than other products on the market. So for instance, here's your Breeze e-tape, again, similarly priced to other products on the market, but you'll notice that it has a QR code there that scans right into our digital chain of custody app and connects this tape, essentially a tape lift, to your digital chain of custody. Same thing with our Breeze S2 swab. It's not in the picture here, but there's a serial number on that as well. And same thing with the Breeze ST. Further, if you're using that app, you can get all of your environmental results. I'm going to mute whoever that is. All of your environmental results, as in like humidity and temperature and pressure, automatically with just a screenshot from your Breeze ET environmental tester. It's a vacuum pump and does mold air test. So that's the basic rules. And let me give you just a couple of other things before we get started. There is a shipment fee. So every time we put together a shipment and send it out to you, your office, or one of your guys, it's $10. It's a flat $10. That means that we are losing on some of these shipments, by the way. And that's perfectly fine because those shipments turn into mold test and asbestos test and all these things that we actually make money on. We're not, trying to make money off of shipping on you. So let me stop this share and go over to our login. So for those of you that are watching this and saying, where the heck am I? Again, Priority Lab is the lab that that we are promoting here, and the one that is that features Breeze products. Let me get out of this this PowerPoint here for a moment, and bear with me while I get this up on the screen. There we go. Okay, so here's your web browser. You go to prioritylab.com, and many of you already have logged in. If you haven't before, it's the same login as your recallcheck.com login. And if you don't have one of those, all you have to do is call your Priority Lab rep or contact us, and we'll get you set up with an account. It is free. So I'm going to just log in with a test account here, and one where we can see, actual inspectors. And I mean, they're fake inspectors, but it's already an account that's set up. So when you log in, this is where you can manage your account. You can manage agents. You can add a property. You can go and search for properties, search for chains of custody, and even click a button and go straight to the inspector shop where you can buy these products. But you don't have to do that anymore, because all you have to do is go to Manage Account and go down to Manage Inventory. All right, and this one has been pre-set up a little bit, so I'm going to take you on a tour, but will become apparent very quickly how easy this is going to be for you. So up here in Settings, this is the first section. You click Edit, and when you go there for the first time tonight, this box that says Enabled is not going to be checked. And again, when you check that box, you are making shipments automatically happen. So you check that box first. Just make that something you do first, because it won't actually send out any shipments until it has a setting that matches a shipping request. So don't worry, it's not going to do anything right away. You're going to have time to set up your company and do it the way that you want to. The next thing you're going to do is go to Scope and go to By User. In fact, by the time you go to this screen, if you're watching this as a recording, the word global is very likely gone. We're all about simplification. What you should be doing is setting up every single one of your inspectors to have a customized approach to their environmental testing media. So go to By User if it's still there, click Save, and then you need to go to Shipping Profiles. Now, this is kind of a pain in the butt, but you have to put in anywhere that a shipment might go, so that we can take one of the pieces of equipment or the media and say, when it gets down to a certain level for this inspector, it needs to be shipped to this location. So every single person, you fill it in. It's not a difficult form. It's just tedious. And if you don't want to do it, and you have a spreadsheet with all of your guys with their address and all of these fields here, our staff will be happy to put every single one of those addresses in for you. So just put in an address, press Save, and it's going to show up as one of these profiles. And it can be associated with a particular user, by the way, which simplifies the next process. So let's go down to Inventory Configurations. This is the last step. This is how hard it is. Once you get through your inventory configurations, you're done. You don't have to press another button. It is set up and ready to go. So let's set one up just as an example here, and say the Breeze ST to user Thomas Reynolds, who's a fake inspector in this fake account. We only need 3 pieces of information to associate with this Breeze ST, and it is defaulted to a desired quantity of 25. What that means is whatever quantity he has on his truck, when an order is triggered, it's going to send enough to take him to that number exactly. And the number right below it, which is defaulted to 10, is the number of units that he can deplete his inventory, his stock on his truck down to, where it will trigger an event, an order event. And the first time you set this up, you need to know how many roughly, and it can be approximate, how many he has on his truck currently, so that, the system can be accurate in how it's determining inventory in the future. So let's say right now he has 12 on his truck. We're going to put in 12 on current quantity. And if he uses 2 of those, then it's going to trigger a reorder because he's gone down to 10. And the shipping profile, this is a pain in the butt. I'm sorry. We might have a fix for this. We're working through the logic side on it. So it may be fixed and simpler by the time you see it, and fairly self-explanatory. But you have to choose the shipping profile. So let me give you the background to this, because you may be thinking to yourself, well, why not just have a profile for each guy? You pick it once and, it automatically goes to that address. That sounds all well and good, but perhaps you don't want major pieces of equipment like a Breeze ST. If you were to order that, you don't want that to go to some guy's house and be in a box and stolen off of his patio. That could be, a problem in your area. Maybe it's not. Hopefully it's not. But that would be one reason why you might want to send more expensive equipment to the office address. Or maybe you have meetings regularly and you distribute materials to a bunch of guys that are very local to your office. Well, those guys can go to the shipping profile of the office. You don't even have to set up shipping profiles for their home. So once I press save, that gets added to, I can only add one profile for that product. So I'm just gonna change it to water kits for right now. And this one has no desired quantity and no auto reorder quantity as a default, because water kits are expensive and most people don't carry 50 of them like they do, radon testing canisters or Breeze STs. So let's just put the desired quantity in here at 20 and the reorder quantity at 8. And the shipping profile is going to his home. We press save. And there it is. So you can, once you have added an order, so these are all triggers and orders is how you need to think of it. You can go here and just search the ones for Thomas Reynolds and see which products you have him configured to inventory on his truck, to track, to order for, and to replenish automatically. So that's kind of the basic rundown. My suggestion to you is that you have every single one of your guys set up in here with a shipping profile, with an inventory configuration for the Breeze STs, for the Breeze E-tape, for the Breeze S2, which is our swabs. And that at least that, if you offer radon testing and you either as a backup or as a primary use liquid scintillation, we have those in the system as well. And we also have, like cassettes for asbestos air testing and water testing kits and those sorts of things. So that's kind of that's it. There is a money saving feature here that I'll go into after some questions, answers, suggestions, compliments, whatever you have as one of the leading environmental testing professionals in your respective area. In fact, introduce yourself and say where you're from.
Hey, Nathan, Wayne Wolf in Southern California. A little bit northern than some of the other ones on here.
Yep.
A big question is, how does the system tell who took the test? Because I believe when I look on my app, It's not by inspector.
Okay. So you don't have your profiles set up, or you're just looking at a screen and not seeing that it is in fact tracking that it's you. Okay.
Okay.
So when you log in to your Priority Lab app, when you log in that first time and you use the username and passcode that either you set up in our system if you're the business owner like yourself and the administrator, or it was handed to you by your boss, when you log in, it knows who you are. And that's the first thing that goes into that digital chain of custody is here's the date and here's the tester that's taking the test. So that establishes who's taking the test. And then within the app now, you can scan the tracking number on your shipping container. So it's going to associate that. And even if you forget to do that or don't do that as a matter of practice, we take it out of the poly bag or the shipping container at Priority Lab in Fort Lauderdale, and we scan it for you. And we associate all of the samples that were in a particular box, which doesn't matter that much on a normal day. But if we're also setting up, because there's another thing that you should set up here, and that is your shipping labels. So it can automatically add shipping labels when they get depleted. Well, we have to track shipping labels. You might use one shipping label for 5 different tests. So we track all of that, and we do it through our digital systems. Great question. Keep them coming. And by the way, you'll never have to order again. The only thing you'll have to do every once in a while, if you're off on your inventory, is go into one of these inventory configurations, select your inspector here, which is the configurations, and go to Jimmy Page here. And let's say that he has like 5 Breeze STs on his truck somehow, even though currently it says he has 39. Well, you as the business owner can go in here and say he doesn't have 39, he's got 5. Save. Okay. That just triggered an order. Got it? So let's say that you have configurations for all of these things for every one of your guys. You got their shipping labels, you got Breeze liquid scintillation, you got the Breeze S2, the cassette, the e-tapes, 6 different things. The first item, and this is a really cool feature, the first item to hit a trigger for reorder, it will automatically calculate what it takes to get all of the items back up to full capacity, the capacity you set. And that will be the shipment that they get. And not only will that be the shipment that they get, but it will come in at the price that is equivalent to 25 quantity on everything except for the STs. If you're on this automated system, it will be priced at the 50 quantity amount, which is, pretty cheap. It's $1 or $1.50 less than what anybody else is charging for cassettes. And in addition to that, your FedEx labels, we charge a $5 fee up front because you might lose them. And if you're on this auto inventory system, we will basically charge a fee to print it and ship it to you. And then when it gets to us, we charge you the rest of the $25 on an overnight, for example. So it would be a $20 fee that shows up on your bill once that test is actually processed. Good question. Anybody else? Simple, right? I mean, it couldn't be more simple. I think we have the inventor of the program on the line somewhere. I'm scrolling through. No, she came in, she popped out, I think.
No,
she's there.
I'm right here.
Oh, wait, there you are.
So you said something, Nathan, and I think you need to reword that a little bit. It's not that you're never having to order anything, is that you're never going to run out, which is more important. So I'm really loving the system. And, our guys, for those people that have multiple inspectors, You don't have to run like chickens with the head cut off trying to get to an inspection. They don't have the mold testing or samples with them or anything like that, because the system's going to take care of it for you. I'm loving it. So I've been using it and it works great. So if you're not using it, you need to.
Well, and hopefully you see the recording later and see, have you already logged in and set it all up? It's working?
Yeah,
Yes.
ours is set now that you fixed it after that first time.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, thanks for that.
No, if you want to log into ours, you can see we've got everybody set.
I won't do that for a number of reasons tonight. This is a good test account though.
That's
And
fine.
we did, Jessica and Ricky took all the bumps for you folks. You know, they were the first ones to be logged into the system, and we just simplified. Now that you see the process, we simplified it after you finished yours, by the way. Sorry. But we put Rob and Kat's inspectors in. And, by the time we got to inspector 25, like this sucks. It takes too damn long. And so we took a few clicks out of it. And I think the next time you hire or fire, you will find it's even a little bit easier. So everybody should be thanking Jessica for this feature, because it's very generous of her to take her idea and allow everybody to reap the benefits of it. It's going to save industry wide thousands of hours a year in phone time to our people, in time ordering, and in time unpacking things and distributing it amongst your guys, and shipping it to them after we ship it to you. It's just such an obvious idea when we're done. At the end of the day, there was another guy, I don't think he's on the call, Jerry Suarez, then next week gave me a good idea. So I don't know when the last time is that you updated your Priority Lab app, but if it doesn't automatically default to 15 liters per minute and 10 minutes on the IAQ cassettes, then you need to update and get the latest version, because that's pretty much what people are putting in 99% of the time. And just silly, stupid, easy idea. If you got one, send it to me. We will implement it for you and for all of your friends. That's all I got, folks, unless you got anything else. Otherwise, we will tell you good night. And if you have any questions, reach out to our offices, talk to Mike Dorr and Pat Allen and Tim Clark and the whole team at the Inspector Services Group and Priority Lab, our staff down there, Aaron and Eric and Joe, and they will get you set up on this, and you get to set it and forget it. So thanks for coming, and we will see you next time. Jessica has a wonderful idea.
Nathan.